Today I'd like to talk to you about how do we keep the peace in a chaotic season. These days we go through a lot in our world, and as mothers of small children especially, and just women in general, we tend to find ourselves in different seasons of life that feel out of our control, right? And they feel very chaotic. And so today I want to give you 3 tips on how to manage that and how to keep the peace in your home, but also more importantly in your mind, in your heart, so that there can be peace in your home. Yesterday, I found myself in a chaotic situation with my kids at the store. So my twins are working on potty training and they're doing fantastic at home. And it's when we get out in public that it gets to be a challenge, right? As all you other mothers, I'm sure, are very aware of. We were getting our, the things that we needed at Sam's, and it always happened to be when we were at the farthest corner of the store that one of them would say, "I've got to go potty." And so we would rush off, but as soon as we got there, we'd step through the door and they were afraid. So I found myself in the bathroom with them, with just both of them screaming their little heads off. And just about nothing that I could do could settle them down, or I could get one settled but not the other. And so, I left just kind of feeling like we just need to come out of this store. If you don't mind me being real and honest with you, the feelings of, I remember how much easier it was when I only had the 2 kids, or even like, I wonder what it would be like if I didn't have 3 toddlers right now. And I'm telling you that to be real. Of course, I would not trade it for the world. Those thoughts can run through our mind in a chaotic time when we think, what if my life looked different? What if I was in an easier season? I would like to share with you just 3 simple things that have helped me so much. So the first one is that we need to allow the pain of our season to cleanse our wounds. When our kids fall down and they get a scrape, they get a cut, what they want is just a band-aid. They want to cover it up, or maybe they wish it never happened, or the different things that little kids go through when they get hurt. But as a good parent, we pick them up and we have to clean out their wounds. And that's not an easy thing for our kids to endure, right? It's not an enjoyable thing. It causes pain. But we know as a good parent that it's not just about putting a band-aid on their cut. It needs to be clean in order to heal. And so we have to allow that pain to cleanse the wound. So when you think about that in your own life, a lot of the times the painful things that we're going through are not necessarily because we made so many bad choices. It wasn't a bad choice for me to go from 2 to 5 kids and to have all these toddlers. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made and we've ever made as a family to grow our family. It was the desire of our heart to have a big family. Those times of challenge that we find ourselves in, the time of pain that we find ourselves in, are a lot of the times just a season of resistance that is growing us and maturing us, and we need to embrace the pain and allow that to heal us and allow that to strengthen us and grow us up. A butterfly, when they're emerging out of the chrysalis, it's that resistance that they have to keep pressing on and the pain to get through it that makes them strong enough to be able to fly out. And so the first thing I just want to encourage you in is to embrace that pain. Stop trying to run from the pain. Stop trying to escape out of that pain. A lot of the ways that we escape out of the pain is just by, say, going to social media because that's a temporary feel good, or watching a movie that's like temporarily filling us on the inside. Or maybe it's just like we need to escape out and do something of our pleasure because we're trying to run from that pain. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with taking some time for yourself as a mom. I think that that's so important and necessary as a mom to be able to refresh and get away. But it's when we're constantly seeking those escapes that we're not embracing the season we're in. We're not embracing that pain and allowing the wound to heal. And so just realize that there are wounds in you, and that this resistance and this season of change is cleansing that, and it's purifying you, and God is shaping you into the mom and the woman and just the wife that you need to be in order to fulfill the call that he has on your life. The second thing I'd like to encourage you in to keep the peace in a chaotic season is to know deeply and really get it deep into your conscious mind, but also your subconscious mind, that God is the one leading your life. Now, obviously, first you need to surrender your life to him and to ask Jesus to be the Lord of your life. So, that's a prerequisite to what I'm saying. But then, a lot of us, we can have that salvation in our life, yet we're still feeling as though we're the one in control. And the truth of the matter is that God has established before you were even born, the destiny and call on your life. And he will complete it in you as long as you are surrendered to him. And so having a deep knowing that God is pushing your life forward will help you keep the peace, because you know what? It really takes the pressure off. You can realize, I may have failed a lot this week. I may have really blown it today, but I'm not a failure. My kids might be struggling in certain areas. I'm not failing them, and so just acknowledging and surrendering to the Lord, and putting God in the right place to be able to be the Lord of your life. Do you have Jesus, the true Lord and King of Kings? Or do you have some made up version, some churchianity Jesus that he just is supposed to meet all your needs? And so you go to him with all your needs, and he's supposed to just fulfill all of those. That is a lie, and he wants to be one with us, and he wants us to acknowledge that it's his plan that matters. It's his will for our life. We're not the one pushing this forward, he is, and it's through our partnership with him that we can do anything of value for the kingdom. Knowing deeply and starting every day with surrender and yielding to him and saying, Lord, here's my life today. Thank you for giving it to me. I give it back to you, and I want to fulfill your plans. I lay down anything that I'm trying to control, and please show me your will for my life. And that really helps us to stay centered and grounded and take the pressure off so that we can let go. We can stop feeling so out of control because we're trying to control everything. The final thing I'd like to encourage you in is a positive affirmation that you can make over your life daily. This positive affirmation I want to give you is very different than what you will hear from everybody out there, most likely. And this positive affirmation is, I am dead. And this is coming from Colossians 3:3, which says, for you have died and your life is hidden with Christ in God. So that goes along with the last tip, and knowing deeply that God is the one moving this thing forward, not you. You can let go and relinquish control because he is in control. And remind yourself of the death of Jesus and how you are found and you're alive through his death. And then you can seek out your true life because it's hidden with him in God. We declare it all the time as Christians, right? We have the resurrection power of Christ living in us, yet we don't want to die daily to that. That's what is so powerful in this positive affirmation, saying, I am dead, because we're acknowledging that our death has happened and now it's Christ's life that lives in us, and that's when the resurrection power can flow. So that resurrection power comes through embracing the resistance and knowing your place in Christ, putting aside your life and your plans and your control and embracing his plans for you. That's when true resurrection power comes. So be blessed today. I hope those 3 things help you in a chaotic season. Know that there is hope. We don't have to live feeling out of control. We can place our lives in full trust in God who has control of our life, and we can live with peace in every situation. Be blessed. I'll talk to you again soon.